Morning, Kate.
Hey, Siafa, good morning. Yeah, definitely feeling like a summer day because not only do we have the heat and humidity, mid-80s, with the humidity making it feel a little bit worse, a little bit warmer than that even, and that threat for thunderstorms, which we often see in the summer months, even as the days get shorter, still feeling summer-like outside. But because the sun is going to go down a little bit earlier, once we lose the heating of the day, the thunderstorm threat should diminish pretty quickly. So it looks like areas off to our west have the greatest risk of seeing any gusty storms this evening. So it's a mild start to the day. Temperatures already headed towards 70s this morning. We're headed for mid-80s later on today, and it's mostly sunny. And then those evening scattered storms with the greatest risk likely off to our south and west. And then that will move through the city, weakening in nature as we go through the evening hours. Let's take a quick look at what you're walking out to if you're just about to step out the door. It is warming up quickly. We are just bordering on the 70 mark, 69 in Philadelphia, 68 in Wilmington, 68 degrees in Coatesville, and it is going to get even warmer from here. We're headed toward the mid-80s today. Now, normal highs are in the mid to upper 70s, depending on your location. So almost 10 degrees above average for today. Do not need the hoodie, do not need the cardigan if you're just about to step out the door. It's t-shirt weather outside today. Sunglasses at least for most of the afternoon, 85 degrees. But here comes a cold front that we'll be watching into the afternoon. You can see most of these showers are missing us to the north, but as this front slowly progresses eastward, we're going to see the chance for a few gusty storms, especially from the city on west, where there's a marginal risk, level 1 risk of severe weather with any thunderstorm this evening. I'll time those out for you hour by hour. We'll take a look at the Phillies forecast, plus a better chance of storms on Thursday. All that and more coming up with the full next weather forecast. Siafa, back to you.
We'll see you then, Kate. Thank you so much.
But we are going to be tracking some showers and storms and increasing shower and storm chances through the next couple of days as well. So let's get right to it. We'll start off with a look outside the windows of our next weather sphere. Speaking of beautiful, what a gorgeous shot this is. A panoramic view of the city skyline and a little more sunshine than we were seeing at this time yesterday. Took a little while for those clouds to break yesterday. So temps stayed in the upper 70s yesterday. Today we are into the 80s. So what's next? Today, warm and humid with spotty evening thunderstorms. Greatest risk is off to the west, but a few of those could survive into the city before kind of dying out before reaching the coastline. Tomorrow, most of the day is dry. It's just kind of cloudy. It's still warm and humid. This front's not going to push all the way through, so we don't really reap the benefits of the cold front. We don't get any cool, dry air. It's going to stall overhead, and then a new area of low pressure moves along that boundary on Thursday with another chance for showers and storms. One round in the morning, another round. The heaviest comes later Thursday night. So a look outside again, blue sky right now. We're at 69 degrees, warming up quickly with a southwest wind and dew points in the mid 60s. That is high for autumn. We are usually not quite this humid. So with the humidity, it's going to feel a couple degrees hotter than it actually is. 85 may feel like 87, 88 this afternoon. The shore a little bit better. A little bit of a sea breeze will pick up in the afternoon. 76 there. The Lehigh Valley, more clouds at 83 degrees. And I think the Phillies forecast is relatively quiet. If you do have tickets for tonight's game, though, against the Marlins, you want to keep an eye to the sky toward the end of the game, between the 7th inning stretch and the game's end. That's when there could be a couple of showers, maybe even a thunder shower that rolls on through. Otherwise, it's just warm, 81 degrees, feeling more like summer baseball than almost October baseball. But let's take a look at satellite and radar. You can see that next front that's going to bring those storm chances tonight. There's not much with it, at least for now, but it is going to draw on some of this daytime heating to produce some stronger storms that'll fire up late this afternoon and this evening. And then this system, this storm here, this is our stronger storm, which comes through on Thursday, really on the same line. So today, most of the day is dry. Clouds are going to increase, especially in the Lehigh Valley. Could pick up a few showers and storms there or up in the Poconos by late afternoon. This line right here that comes through our western suburbs more like 7 or 8 o'clock could be briefly severe and then weakens before getting to the city, maybe as late as 9 or 10. Usually these come in a little bit sooner, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it as early as 7 or 8. And then tomorrow, most of the day is dry, at least until nighttime. Then we have one band of rain coming through tomorrow night, another band of showers on a warm front Thursday early in the day, more like late morning into early afternoon. But it looks like the worst of it is right here, Thursday evening, starting at about 8 o'clock to the west and then through midnight in the city and surrounding suburbs, storms and heavy downpours. We need the rain, but it is going to be kind of a heavy batch of showers and storms that rolls through later in the day Thursday. So that's our most active day. Could end up being a next weather alert day. We'll make that decision today for you. 80 degrees though, showers in the morning, storms at night, and then it quiets down a little bit and stays warm as we head through the weekend. Siafa, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you so much.
Well, we've got a pretty nice day, as you said. Not many complaints here, unless you're looking for that crisp, cool fall weather. Unfortunately, we don't have any of that in the forecast, and really not anytime soon either. The entire 7-day, little spoiler alert here, is actually above average every day through next week in the 80s, but we do have some storm chances starting to pick up tonight and tomorrow especially, and then Thursday looks like the most active day of this week. As we look at temperatures right now, we're walking out to some mild conditions already. It's near 70 degrees. We'll be in the 70s by next hour. 69 in Philadelphia, also upper 60s in Wilmington. We're at 67 degrees in Doylestown, 67 in Reading, 68 in Allentown this morning. So as a front approaches from the west, it has some heat and some moisture to work with, and that is going to cause the threat for just a few gusty storms, mainly off to our west. But this line of storms likely won't get to the city until after the sun goes down, so that means they'll start to weaken just a bit. So we welcome fall on a warm first full day of the season. Shower chances, as we said, increasing each day this week. Peaking on Thursday, we've got some rain in the morning and then storms likely late afternoon into especially Thursday night. I think around 10 o'clock Thursday night looks like probably the most active time frame. So your next 12 hours in Philadelphia, we are warm. We're at 84 degrees through 4 p.m. Clouds up later on this evening, then around 9 or 10 o'clock tonight, that's when showers and storms will likely creep toward the city. They're still pretty far off to the west for now. I'll walk you through it hour by hour coming up in just a few minutes. Alpha, back over to you.
Okay.
As you go, excuse me, later on this evening, we will have the chance for a few scattered storms, and some of those could even turn strong or severe. So let's get right into it. We'll start off with what's happening right now. I want to take you outside, and you can see out the windows behind me looking a little hazy, but we've got blue sky over the city and really nice weather down the shore this morning. Here's a live look at our camera along the Ocean City Boardwalk, and you can see the blue sky and sunshine outside. It's looking very, very nice. Temperatures are in the 70s or nearly there already. Down the shore, we're seeing some 70s, 71 in Millville, 75 in Wildwood. One thing to mention, though, even though it's a beautiful day down the shore, you may not want to go in the water because of this storm. This is Hurricane Gabrielle. Gabrielle, still a very strong hurricane. It's still Category 4 at this hour, and it is staying out in the open ocean, but it's strong enough that it has churned up the Atlantic, and it's leading to an increased risk of dangerous, life-threatening rip currents down the shore, high risk of rip currents. We also have a couple more systems to watch that could become hurricanes or at least tropical storms in the coming days. Within the next week, we could have Umberto, which is something we'll be watching into next week. But for today, it's relatively quiet outside. We're just looking at sunshine and temps above average for the time of year. Certainly, we're at 85 degrees in Philadelphia. It is warm with some sunshine, and then storms later on this afternoon. Storms before the sun goes down, let's say, are mainly off to the north and west. It's after sundown that we could have a couple of scattered showers or thunderstorms in the city closer to 9 or 10 o'clock tonight, and they are spotty in nature. I don't think we'll see a ton of wet weather or much in the way of severe weather in the city proper later on tonight, but do have to keep an eye to the sky. If you have Phillies tickets this evening, showers and storms will eventually get here. But the first place they're going to get, the Poconos, the Lehigh Valley, you can see some showers already trying to drift across central Pennsylvania, Altoona up towards State College. The actual front is back here. The problem is it's not going to push all the way through, so we don't really get the benefits of a cold front. We're not going to get much cooling. That front is going to stall nearby, and then this next storm, which is a stronger system, will ride along that same boundary on Thursday, bringing yet another chance and even a better chance for widespread rain and thunderstorms. We are in a level 1 risk for severe weather. That does include the city, although I do think these storms will be weakening as they move toward the city. Here's what that looks like. You can see by 4 o'clock, a few showers and thunder showers up across the Poconos. It's not until 7 or 8 o'clock that these storms could produce damaging winds in our westernmost zones, and then watch how they kind of weaken as they move east. Can't rule out gusty winds with anything that does survive, but it's more scattered showers, maybe a rumble. Most of tomorrow is dry, but then that next system brings some rain Wednesday night, later Wednesday night into the first part of Thursday as it lifts back north as a warm front, followed by, just take a quick look at Thursday night. This is what we're concerned about as far as strong storms and heavy rain right here, 10 o'clock Thursday night. A stronger cold front, and that one could bring the risk once again of some severe weather. We'll keep an eye on that for you and keep you posted as the system evolves. But notice temperatures are above average right through the end of the week and into the weekend. We'll try to dry out a little bit Friday into Saturday and bring some sun. System right that came through last night. It brought some rain, a few rumbles of thunder to parts of the area, and now we're waking up, especially the areas that got some rain last night are now now dealing with some patchy, dense fog. We're not really seeing it blanketing the city, at least not shrouding the buildings out there just yet. But depending on your location, visibilities are below a mile in spots, especially up across the Lehigh Valley and parts of Bucks County, Montgomery County, Berks County, as I'll show you in just a minute. So watch for that patchy fog early. Then it's another warm and humid day. We're back to the low 80s. Not a ton of sunshine today. We'll see clouds and breaks of sun before another chance for scattered showers later on this evening. But still, tomorrow looks like the most active day of this week as far as precipitation is concerned. A look at current conditions outside right now. I'm going to pull up our current temps and also current cloud cover. You can see the clouds kind of blanketing the ground here, keeping it mild. Temperatures are near 70 this morning. Dover's at 70. We're in the upper 60s here in Philadelphia. So a nice warm start to the day, a humid start to the day, not much fall in the air. And here's a quick look at the fog right now. You can see visibility in Allentown below a mile. We're down to 0.3 miles there in Lancaster and even seeing some fog in Millville. So it's a t-shirt kind of day. We're in the 80s, but not a ton of sunshine. Dry until the sun goes down. Coming up, I'll time out the showers and storms for tonight and for tomorrow. 2 rounds tomorrow as well. Let's send it over to Kim Hudson for a check on traffic. Good morning. The severe weather to the plains yesterday, that's going to be moving in for us late tonight into tomorrow. And while it will not be quite as strong, it does show that it is a stronger system. We've been talking about that all week, that Thursday was going to be kind of our most active day. I still think tomorrow is the most active day, although rain chances, like Siafa just said, are going to be kind of spotty. They're not everywhere. Especially tonight, some of our models trending a little bit drier with tonight's activity and then bringing a little bit more rain on and off throughout the day tomorrow. So let's start with what's happening right now. Spots that got rain last night are seeing some fog this morning. Not a ton clinging to the ground here in Bethlehem, but you can kind of see in the distance, looking out toward the mountain there is not a ton of visibility. We're seeing visibilities down below a mile in many of our north and western suburbs. So for today, patchy morning fog, then it's mostly cloudy. It's warm, it's muggy again. We're really not getting any relief. The cold front that brought the storms last night did not fully push through. It's kind of hanging out over our north and western zones, so we're not going to feel it actually bring any cooling. And then as it stalls nearby, another area of low pressure, that same one that brought the severe weather across Oklahoma and Arkansas, that is going to be tracking into our region. So rounds of showers from late tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. A few thunderstorms are possible, especially tomorrow evening. It doesn't look like much in the way of severe weather, at least for the first part of that period, which is tonight and right into tomorrow morning. But then it does dry out a little bit for the weekend. Still a shower chance. We're mostly cloudy today. It's 82 degrees. Better chance for showers in the Lehigh Valley. For the Phillies, if you do have tickets to tonight's game, much like last night's game, we cannot rule out a couple of spotty thunder showers toward the end of the game. So if it does go long, it may have a rain delay if a cell happens to fire up over South Philly, although it's looking less and less likely as our models kind of roll in because of where the system is right now. You can see showers and storms over the Ohio Valley, but some stronger forcing, let's say, a stronger system off to the south. What's going to happen is this lifts north as a warm front tomorrow morning, and then a subsequent cold front passage tomorrow night is going to bring a chance for storms. We don't have a severe risk today. We do have a level 1 marginal risk for tomorrow. So today, clouds, maybe a few breaks of sun to the south. Most of the day is dry. Could pick up a stray shower or thunder shower later this evening, mainly north of the city. And then tomorrow, it's rounds of showers through the first half of the day, followed by the threat for thunderstorms at night. I'll take you through the rest of this timing, plus the full next weather forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Let's send it back over to Kim for a check on the roads. Good morning. It's away from 5 a.m. and we have entered into our unsettled stretch that we've been talking about all week long. We're not going to see much in the way of sunshine today. There is some patchy, dense fog out there, a special weather statement, in fact, for some patches of locally dense fog. Otherwise cloudy through your morning commute, and it's relatively dry, at least for now, but you can see showers are returning to the area as another area of low pressure tracks along a stalled frontal boundary. The same front that tried to come through last night brought some rain, but it's still hanging out nearby. So a lot of cloud cover today. You can see precipitation chances relatively low through tonight, but they will start to ramp up later this evening. Scattered showers likely through tonight, and then by tomorrow morning we've got rounds of showers, some steadier rain in spots tomorrow morning, and then the threat for thunderstorms later on tomorrow evening. A quick look at your next weather 7-day forecast. You can see it's still very warm. Tomorrow a little cooler thanks to the showers and thunder showers. Maybe a little sun returning Friday and Saturday, but then staying kind of cloudy into the start of next week. Jim and Siafa, back over to you.
Thank you so much.